There's a particular kind of confusion that doesn't look dramatic from the outside. You wake up, go to work, respond to messages, make plans. And yet somewhere underneath, there's a quiet question. What do I actually want? The psychology of people who no longer know what they truly want often begins with adaptation. Many individuals spend years responding to external demands, family expectations, academic pressure, career paths, social comparison. When choices are repeatedly shaped by survival, approval, or stability, the internal voice that signals personal desire can slowly fade into the background. Over time, decision-making becomes strategic rather than authentic. Chronic overstimulation also plays a role. Modern life presents endless options: careers, lifestyles, identities, content, relationships. While choice appears empowering, excessive choice can fragment clarity. The brain becomes overloaded with comparison. Instead of asking, "What do I want?" it asks, "What should I want?" Or, "What are others choosing?" This subtle shift moves attention outward, weakening internal guidance. There is also the impact of delayed emotional processing. Some people disconnect from their desires as a form of protection. If earlier wants were dismissed, criticized, or punished, the mind learns that wanting is risky. Suppressing desire becomes safer than experiencing disappointment. Over time, this suppression can feel like emptiness. It's not that the person lacks wants, it's that access to them feels blocked. Identity diffusion contributes to this experience as well. During adolescence and early adulthood, individuals experiment with roles and beliefs. But when exploration is limited, either by rigid environments or by fear of failure, identity can form around compliance. The person becomes skilled at fitting in, adapting, succeeding externally. Internally, however, they may feel undefined. Without space to test preferences, clarity never fully develops. Burnout can intensify the confusion. When someone operates on autopilot for too long, driven by obligation rather than alignment, the nervous system eventually signals depletion. Motivation drops. Interests flatten. Goals that once felt important begin to feel distant. This isn't always laziness or lack of ambition. Sometimes it's the psyche resisting prolonged misalignment. Perfectionism adds another layer. If you believe your desires must be certain, impressive, or guaranteed to succeed, you may hesitate to acknowledge them at all. The fear of choosing wrong creates paralysis. In this state, indecision feels safer than commitment. Not knowing what you want protects you from the possibility of regret. There's also a subtle grief involved. Realizing you don't know what you want can feel destabilizing because it challenges the narrative of control. We're taught that adulthood means clarity. So when uncertainty persists, self-doubt grows. But psychologically, uncertainty can signal transition. It often appears when old motivations no longer fit, but new ones haven't fully formed. Interestingly, people in this state are often highly self-aware. They sense the gap between external structure and internal alignment. That awareness, though uncomfortable, is meaningful. It suggests the mind is no longer satisfied with automatic living. Not knowing what you truly want doesn't mean you are lost beyond repair. It may mean you are shedding inherited goals. Clarity rarely arrives through pressure. It emerges through quiet experimentation, noticing small preferences, paying attention to energy shifts, observing what feels expansive versus draining. Desire is not always loud. Sometimes it whispers. And when life has been lived in response to noise, learning to hear that whisper again takes time. Confusion, in this context, is not failure. It is the beginning of recalibration.